What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds franchise. Hey, Elly De La Cruz has finally been called up in real life by the Cincinnati Reds, so let me know if you guys are excited for that, especially if you're a Cincinnati Reds fan, as I am. We're going to get this video started by sending down Matt McLain. He has not really been playing that well for us. We hit his first career home run with us using him, so that was really cool to see, but we do need to bring in another catcher because Tyler Stevenson being hurt moves Heriberto Hernandez to the starting catcher role, meaning we do not have a backup catcher anymore. So we're going to promote Matthew Nelson to the MLB team. We had to add him to the 40-man first, but that is the plan going forward. Here's a look at our injured list right here. Andrew Abbott and Jonathan India are active players. Then we have a couple guys on the 10 and 15-day list, and then we have 4 on the 60-day IL. Looking at scouting here, I don't remember if I showed this in the last episode, but Tim McGrath and Andy Burke, two pretty much corner infield players who have a lot of power potentially. We obviously don't know 100% because we only have Tim McGrath to 55% and Andy Burke to 45%. But these guys have what looks like good power. It's just a matter of time before we find out if that is true or not. Here we are at Yankee Stadium. We are 23 and 22. They are 23 and 24. We're looking to take this series away from the Yankees as it is split at 1-1. Nestor Cortez, the really good left-handed pitcher, will be on the mound. This year has not been ideal for him, though, as he has a 4.66 ERA, a 1.2 whip, and Elly De La Cruz will stand in to lead it off, batting .259, so he has improved a little bit as he's going to send this cutter into left center field. It's a bloop single for Elly De La Cruz, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but we are wearing throwback uniforms as well. I believe it's like the 80s throwback uniform, so if you guys like those, leave a like and a comment telling me what your favorite Cincinnati Reds uniform of all time is. Here's Spencer Steer hitting this one deep center field, and recently he has started to struggle, batting .215 now, and then after that, that's going to lower the average as well. As here's Gio Urshela batting .289, and De La Cruz is in the second with a stolen base. The throw is well late as we see the speed on display, 20.93 miles per hour. The lead distance was 11.6 feet, and the catcher pop time was a 1.8 second pop time. Here's Gio Urshela here. He's going to pop this one up, and the catcher is underneath of it for out number 2. So the stolen base by Elly De La Cruz is now in danger of not turning into anything. As here's CJ Cron. He's batting .261 and showing the power recently as he grounds this one to short. And here is the throw on a first for out number 3. So one hit, no runs for us in the top of the first. As here's Hunter Green, who is putting together a Cy Young potential season, a 1.56 ERA, a .99 whip with 67 strikeouts on the year. This would be his 10th start of the year. Here's the 0-1 count now to Rafael Ortega batting .331, and that's in there for a strike, 101 miles per hour. And Hunter Green is clutching that wrist, and he's going to be taken out of this game as it looks like it could be a significant thing, as that's the last thing we want. The title of this video is literally stating how injuries are killing our season. And then another injury, this time to our best player. I decided to bring Andrew Abbott on because he was the one that was best out of our long relievers as far as stamina goes. I get that he was injured coming in this game. We had him active for this reason exactly. So we just wanted to try and get a couple of innings out of him, as Ortega eventually will pop this one up to Pender out and left for out number 1. A long first at-bat for Rafael Ortega. Here's Anthony Volpe now batting .261. Andrew Abbott facing the righty. Throws the pitch in there for strike 3. The two-seam fastball is thrown to perfection. And now you got to face the most feared hitter in baseball, Aaron Judge, batting .338 on the year. And Judge is going to break his bat, send it down the line. Abbott makes the play on to first, and that is 3 outs for the Cincinnati Reds as they have a successful bottom half of the first. Here's Giancarlo Stanton now batting .249 on the year. Andrew Abbott staying on the mound. Here's the pitch, and he gets Stanton going looking. Strike 3 for Andrew Abbott, and something weird is about to happen here. I went to go and warm up a pitcher, okay? When I did that, I wanted to warm up Tony Santillan, and it would only allow me to put him in the game. So I'm wondering, okay, what's going on? So I hit it again, and then I said, do you want to replace the injured pitcher with Tony Santillan? I'm like, what injured pitcher? Nothing popped up. I went to the bullpen willingly. It didn't take me automatically to the bullpen to switch him out. So it was a really weird situation, and I was like, there's no way that Andrew Abbott is injured. So it kind of frustrated me. So I did decide to put in Tony Santillan, because who else am I going to put in this situation? We're in the second inning. I can't put in a middle reliever. They're only going to give us about an inning worth of, outs anyway. So I decided to bring on Santillan, who has a 2.67 ERA, and he has 31 strikeouts on the year. Really good pitcher for us. But Andrew Abbott was not injured further out of this game. Here's Gleyber Torres batting .294, and he cranks this one to left. So we bring in Santillan because we had to, and Gleyber Torres crushes that one, 101 miles per hour off the bat. But like I said, Andrew Abbott, after this game I went and looked, he's perfectly fine. His injury status wasn't elevated based on what had happened in this game. I think it was kind of just a bug, possibly. But Andrew Abbott is just fine. He will be back soon with his minor injury that he had before. Here's Tony Santillan, still in the game now, runner on first, and he hits this one to Steer onto Senzel playing second for a double play. That was Peraza who grounded into the double play, but Gleyber Torres will give the Yankees a 1-0 lead. We take you to the top of the fourth now. Here's Gio Urshela, 0 for 1, our best offensive player this season, and he hits this one over to short. Going to be a tough play, and Urshela is going to beat it out. If you're not going to beat that one out, if that's not an infield single right there, you really need to work on your cardio, because that was a long developing play. Here's CJ Cron now. Here's the 1-0 count. And Cron smacks this one in the gap, and that is going to advance Urshela to second. Cron with a single, 113 miles per hour off the bat. A very hard hit ball. And here's Chad Pender, his Cincinnati Reds debut on the season, as he hits this one to right center field. Does this one have enough carry? It's going to go down in the gap, and it's gone! Chad Pender with a 3-run home run in the top half of the fourth to give the Cincinnati Reds a 3-1 lead, as Nestor Cortez gives up the long ball to Pender. It was not hit hard. It was not really hit far, but it was hit just perfect to get out. And we know that opposite field is very friendly here at Yankee Stadium, as Pender puts the Reds up 3-0 here. Here's a look at the replay, as the ball was up and away. Where are you going to take it? You got to take it, Oppo. That's what Chad Pender did. And I got to admit, his numbers against lefty pitching is really impressive. His attributes, that is. He was killing the ball at AAA level. So I'm excited to see, can he be a very good contributing factor to this big league team? Here's Heriberto Hernandez, and he sends this one to deep left center field. He's showing pop this season, and it is caught on the warning track, as Heriberto Hernandez just missed a solo home run. Here's Carl Edwards now with a 13.5 ERA on the season, a 500 average for left-handed hitting and right-handed hitters. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera as he goes down with the check swing for strike 3, and that will end the fourth inning. Carl Edwards Jr., we're looking to get a lot more out of him, as we have kind of struggled trying to find that last bullpen piece. He's looking pretty good after that inning. Here's Nick Senzel as he sends this one to left field, and it is not caught, as Senzel is going to stroll into second with a stand-up double, and that is Jason Dominguez playing out in left field as well. The young guy who's had a lot of hype around him, finally getting his chance at the big league level, and Spencer Steer will now walk. So runners on first and second with 2 away for the Cincinnati Reds offense. And Steer, like I said, he's been struggling recently. Here's Gio Urshela now. He's 1 for 2 on the day, as Nestor Cortez is still in, and this one is caught. That was so fast that I didn't even know what happened when I was playing the game. They call it the hot corner for a reason. Here's Chad Pender up again, and he's going to send this one in the gap, and Chad Pender continues his hot start to the 2024 season up at the big leagues. He's going to have a stand-up double with 1 away. That one was hit harder than his home run, as that one was crushed into the gap. And here's Heriberto Hernandez now. He's 0 for 2 on the day, and he's going to ground this one over to third, and he is thrown out to end the top half of the sixth. And here we are with Alex Reyes coming to the mound now, a 2.91 ERA. He has been really good as well. 30 strikeouts in 21 2/3 innings pitched. He's going to be facing Aaron Judge here with 2 away, and Judge hits this one to De La Cruz. He throws from the air. What a play by Elly De La Cruz. He looked like Derek Jeter with the jump throw there, as that just shows his explosiveness, as that's what he described. He's an electric, explosive player. He hasn't shown the pop for us here in this franchise, but he's been good defensively, and when you get him on the base paths, he's going to steal some bags. Here we are, top 7 now, 3-1 count for De La Cruz, and he is going to draw his second Now, this will be his second time on base. That's his first walk of the day, as he's on first now with Spencer Steer at the plate. And here goes De La Cruz once again, and he's in there with ease with his second stolen base on the day and his 8th stolen base on the season. When I don't play the games, he really doesn't steal that many bags. As Steer grounds this one over to first, and that will end the top half of the 7th, as it's now time for the 7th inning stretch here at Yankee Stadium. What a beautiful stadium this is. As now Alex Reyes still on the mound here, as Giancarlo Stanton hits this one into center field. And what a play by Randall Grichuk. On the move to his left, lays out for it and makes a very good play, and then stumbles and bumbles his way for an loud out number 1. As here's Gleyber Torres on to De La Cruz. He's trying to make the same play. Not going to happen this time. Torres a little bit too fast for him. So runner on first now with 1 out. And Oswaldo Cabrera apparently didn't swing on that. It looked like he swung. The umpires say he didn't. Here is Oswald Peraza now. Hits this one to left field. Chad Pender's there to make the play for out number 2. As this is kind of a very important last out for us to get here. Jose Trevino to the plate, and he goes down swinging, and that was an ugly swing. The slider was disgusting by Alex Reyes. Here's Gio Urshela. He's 1 for 3, top half of the 8th, and he's going to send this one up the middle for a base hit. A leadoff base runner for the Cincinnati Reds here in the top half of the 8th, and Chad Pender comes to the plate now, and he's going to draw the walk. So runners on first and second now with just 1 away, as the Reds really could use some assurance right now. Here's Randall Grichuk. Now he's 0 for 3, and he sends this one down the line. The third baseman can't make the play. It's going to score Urshela, and it's going to hopefully advance the runner to third, and he is safe. I thought for sure he was out trying to go to third. That was Chad Pender. He slid in safely, though. So runners on second and third now with only 1 away, as Heriberto Hernandez lifts this one to left field, and Jason Dominguez will not have a strong enough arm to throw out Pender, as that will extend the Reds' lead to 5-1 now. Can Nick Plummer continue it? He's 0 for 3 on the day, and he went around, says the third base umpire for out number 3. Here comes Brad Hand now to take over the last 2 innings for this Cincinnati Reds team. As it's bottom 8, runners on first and second now. Here's Giancarlo Stanton, and he goes down swinging. He's having a tough day at the plate. Brad Hand works around the 2-out kind of jam that he was in there, and he will take the 9th inning. Here he is now, bottom half of the 9th. Here's Gleyber Torres. He's 3 for 3, no longer. Gleyber Torres strikes out for out number 1. Here's Oswaldo Cabrera now. He's 1 for 2 on the day. 34th pitch, and this one is right at Elly De La Cruz for out number 2. Cincinnati is 1 out away from taking the series from the New York Yankees. Jason Dominguez goes down swinging, and the Cincinnati Reds have defeated the New York Yankees on the road 5-1 to take the series from the Yankees. Kind of an unfortunate game, because a game that you win, that is awesome, but you potentially lost your best player for a long time. Hunter Green came in through 2 pitches, and that was it. Andrew Abbott went 1 in the 3rd, but I gotta say, the bullpen did their thing. Tony Santillan gave up the home run, but he gave up the home run to the game's best hitter in Gleyber Torres. And then Carl Edwards, Alex Reyes, and Brad Hand came in and did their thing. Brad Hand with 5 strikeouts. He allowed 3 hits, though. Hunter Green will be out for 1 to 2 months with a fractured wrist. We're going to put him on the 15-day injured list, just because I don't want to put him on the 60-day, and he's ready to return at the 30-day mark. So looking at the injured list, Andrew Abbott, like I said, he's still got that pulled back muscle, be out for 1 to 6 days. His injury was not extended or anything like that due to him coming in and pitching. But we do have Hunter Green on the 15-day IL, and hopefully we can get him back, because it kind of sucks that probably 2 of our best players are not playing right now because of injury. Joe Ross is a free agent. He has not played since 2021, but we're going to try and offer him a deal. We're going to offer him a 2-year, $3.2 million deal to have him come in and be our long relief pitcher. That's the plan, at least, as India is finally back, and William Simonette has been claimed off of waivers by us. We've taken him in from the Oakland Athletics system. Victor Castaneda shaken up a little bit in his last start. Here we are now against the Rangers. We defeat them 5-4 in game 1 of that series. No, that was game 2, my fault. So here's Jesse Winker now. This is game 3. We're trying to win the series against the Rangers. Bases are loaded here, bottom half of the 1st. I wanted to get a player luck game with the former Cincinnati Red, as he's going to chop this one up the middle. Second baseman throws on a first 4, out number 3. Former Cincinnati Red was probably my favorite player of all time up until the point where he got traded. And then, unfortunately, kind of didn't really watch him in Seattle. And then didn't watch him. I'm not watching him this year in Milwaukee. But we got him back on the Reds here in this franchise. So we're excited about that as he cranks this one to right field. The up and in fastball. And Jesse Winker just took that one deep to right field. Surprised it didn't end up in the Ohio River. Big long ball for Winker, his 6th of the season. It only went 405 feet, but I mean, he cranked that pitch. And that's what we like to see. You know, Winker isn't a guy who's going to get everyday playing time due to the fact that he just can't play the outfield that well because of his speed. So we're kind of stuck in a spot. Do we want to just DH him against right-handed pitching, which is what we have been doing. So Justin Dunn picked up the win as well. I forgot to mention the fact that Justin Dunn started out as the long relief pitcher for us, but he has been forced to step it up and take on that starting pitching role, and he has done his job. I want to get a game with him in the next video. Ellie De La Cruz with a home run in that game, and then Winker had a home run, and then Heriberto Hernandez went 3 for 4 on the day. But the next episode will not be there's a lot to talk about in this episode just because of the injuries. Quincy McCaffrey with an injury now at the AA level. We lost 2-5 to San Diego. You can kind of observe Johnny Pareda now will be out for 1 to 2 weeks with an injury. So just a lot of injuries going on right now. I might have to lower the injury slider, but I'm not going to do that until this season is over, and then I may make that adjustment. Tim McGrath is 20th on our board now. He shows power, but he really does not show anything else other than that power as far as the offense goes. He's not going to have good vision, discipline, or contact, and then more than likely his clutch won't be good as well. And here's Andy Burke. Shows power, can show a little bit of contact. It'd still be below average, but he could have a little bit of contact. And then defensively, he's pretty good as well. His fielding's not the greatest, but his arm strength and arm accuracy kind of projects him as more of a right fielder or a left fielder. Honus Dell is one of the last guys we're going to look at here before we start just doing broad scouting. He is a third baseman from Indiana, 21 years old, and he's got a pretty good set of skills. You know, he's got real good contact. I think the power could potentially be there. It says below average, but 70 power is pretty good. Good vision, and the defense looks good as well. But like I said, my plan is for the next episode, which will be a live stream, I want to get a game with, I don't even remember his name now. So forget that moment there. Here's Ellie De La Cruz now in a player lock game against the San Diego Padres. Nick Martinez on the mound. Justin Dunn. I want to get a game with Justin Dunn at the starting pitching position because he's been playing lights out right now. As De La Cruz is 0 for 2 on the day, I really just have struggled to hit with him. I don't know what it is. I just can't hit with De La Cruz. And then when I sim, he's actually hitting pretty decent because his average was up to 259 before we took on the Yankees. And then whenever I play with him, I just can't hit the ball. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. We did walk off the San Diego Padres. It was Jake Fraley with 2 home runs on the day. And then Heriberto Hernandez also had a home run. This guy's killing the ball. His 4th home run, it feels like it's a lot more, but I've been kind of pleased with Heriberto Hernandez behind the plate. His 3rd error behind the plate, which is unfortunate, as Irvin Graham is claimed off of the waivers, and we lose the series against the Padres. Fortunately, we did not get swept, and now we're into a series against the Tampa Bay Rays. We lose game 1 of that series. We're 27-27 now, as De La Cruz will be out for a couple of days with a injury to his leg, and now we are finally below 500. Christian Encarnacion Strand out day to day, and now we're 500 again as we beat the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1. We had a home run for Randall Grichuk, a triple for Matthew Nelson, and then Andrew Abbott pitched really well. That's good to see him have a bounce back outing. Finally, he's healthy, ready to go again. And then we beat the Cubs 3-2. And if you ask me, that's the perfect place to stop simming because now we are at June 1st, and from this point on, June 1st all the way to June 31st. Will be all simulated. I mean, not simulated, but it'll all be covered in the next video, which will be the live stream that I was trying to speak of earlier when I wanted to get a game with, can't remember his name, Justin Dunn. So if he's playing that well, you'd think I'd remember his name. Looking at the wild card standings, we are right there. We're right where we want to be, but these injuries are killing our momentum. We got to get guys healthy, and then from there, if we can get guys healthy, we might look to make some moves at the trade deadline, but Looking at the stats here, everybody's kind of playing good. Jake Fraley batting .311 with 10 homers. Jesse Winker, 250. Heriberto Hernandez batting .245. Grichuk, 243. Nick Plummer is really struggling. We need a center fielder badly. That is the one thing that I think that this team really needs at this moment. We need a center fielder. Other than that, we are kind of set. We have our utility players, but Spencer Steer's average has declined poorly. He's batting .186 now. And looking at the pitching, we may need a starting pitcher as well. But we'll see what the plan is. Is this a team that could make the playoffs? If we could make the playoffs, then I think it would be time to potentially make a move for a starting pitcher. Austin Davis somehow got his ERA down to 2.6, but his whip is at 2. That doesn't make any sense to me. Carl Edwards Jr., his ERA has went down. And Alexis Diaz has a high ERA, but he has yet to blow a save on the season. A lot went on in this episode. There's a couple points where I don't know what I'm talking about. Justin Dunn, I pretty much disrespected our best pitcher at the moment by not even remembering his name. But this is unedited right here. I want to work on doing a live commentary episode. So real quick before this video ends, my plan is on Monday, I'm going to be doing a live stream, which will cover June 1st all the way from June 31st. The live stream will be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, and we're just going to have fun. We're going to cover a lot of ground, cover a lot of scouting. Then the next episode after that, I want to do a live commentary episode, which will be the MLB draft episode, and then hopefully that would work out for us, because I think the post commentary is fun, but I think live commentary can make it a little bit more interesting. It doesn't allow me to know what's going to happen while I'm playing. So the commentary will be more genuine, more surprising for you guys and for me. I think it would be fun. So that's something that I definitely want to try. And then I definitely want to get in and have a live stream before we get into the draft. I think it'd be fun to cover a lot of ground because I'm trying to get through this season. I want to take it slow, but I want to get through it. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Elly De La Cruz, finally a Cincinnati Reds in real life. So that's good news. But I will see you guys in the next episode. That's it. See ya.